Tired don't mean nothing. Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired. I don't get tired.
I'm going to beat you. I'm going to let you know I beat you. I'm going to want you to reconsider your professional life choice.
My father who raised me, his thing was, son, you may not be the best, but leave everything on the floor. You put 120%. I'm just asking you to do 120. Like every day when you come in, 120.
You gotta want it so bad. You gotta give all of yourself to get it. You gotta be obsessive.
Because I didn't grow up with things being handed to me. I had to work hard, I had to dedicate myself, and I had to be determined, and I was.
The bottom line is that if you're talking about beating everybody else on the planet to a thing, what you're actually talking about is what are you prepared to sacrifice psychologically, physically, existentially, relationally, socially, in terms of your self-esteem, your confidence, everything, right? All of that.
That pain you feel, that's the pain of success. You must be willing to shoulder that pain to get to success. Success is something that's a very lonely path in this world. Because few are willing to make that down payment of pain for that future of success, a better life. Very few are.
So if you want to be the top, you gotta move different.
There wasn't a lot of smiley faces with me out there. There wasn't a lot of smiley faces with Michael Jordan. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Kobe Bryant. There weren't a lot of smiley faces with Tiger Woods. Even when I watch sports today and see these guys on the range, like they're all buddies, and I'm like, that's not the killer instinct. That's just not. I don't think Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson were trying to be friends with anybody. I think they were going out there on a mission. And if there was someone in their way, they had to crush them.
There's never any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world. Even though a lot of you don't like to hear it, it's fact, I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. I'm the best.
You can love me. You can hate me. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win.
At the end of the day, even Alexander, one of his famous quotes is, I have met the enemy, it is I, right? And although that is one element of an enemy, that's great. We need that. Michael had it, Brady had it, Kobe had it, but there's a crazy psychologically, you can call it, psycho-competitor that they're constantly in the search of recruiting their next enemy. It's like, life is boring if I don't have my next target. I'm almost, bad for myself if I don't have the next target, the next enemy. And if I choose it the right way, then I'm able to bring out a side of me I've never seen before.
Success is the only revenge. As you expand, they shrink into irrelevance. As you get louder, no one can hear them. You don't beat them, you cast a shadow so big, no one can see them to begin with.
And that's what it comes down to, like, what are you willing to sacrifice at the end of the day? People don't understand the level of sacrifice it's going to take. And there's been moments where I realize that I compete because I want to win. I love winning. I love being the best in the world. I've sat many times trying to find the balance of what I want within all this. If I was losing, I wouldn't be competing. I'm here to win.
It is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because success and achievement come from overcoming adversity.
When the rest of the world says no to you, you say yes to yourself. You say yes, I believe. You say yes, I can do it. You say yes, nothing can stop me.
If you want to be a great player, if you play every single day, 2-3 hours, every single day, over the course of a year, how much better are you getting? Most kids will play maybe, an hour and a half, 2 days a week. It's not going to get it done.
You have to be obsessive. You have to be obsessive. You have to be addicted. You have to be disciplined. The key there is you. Everyone else is looking for other individuals to do stuff for you. Stop looking for help from everybody else. Okay, it starts and it ends with you. Your identity starts and ends with you.
Every day is an opportunity based on your choices on how you look at things, the choices you make every day. That is what you are in the mirror today.
From the captain to the cashier, there is more in you. Stay-at-home father, stay-at-home mother, lawyer, doctor, hygienist, author. I don't know who you are, where you're from, but there's more in you.
That becomes a part of who you are. That changes how you think. That changes how you move. That changes how you behave. If you could become an executor, if you could execute, I'm talking about learn it. I'm talking about put it deep within, not you hear it.
You have to realize that there's always work to do, and you want to be the hardest working person in whatever you do, and you'll put yourself in position to be successful.
Muhammad Ali said, suffer now and live the rest of your life a champion, because he knew that the training wasn't killing him. The training was making him. It was
Alrighty. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see my screen, so we can start off this beautiful morning session. All right, I see a thumbs up. That's great. That's amazing. Good. Here we are again. Before I start, I just want to start with the habit we had for a long time. And I just love to start with it. I just love personally to start my day with it. And it's just simply being grateful with what you have and where you already are, all right? A lot of people can only see the negative things in life, like, oh, I'm still not profitable in trading, I'm fat, I don't go to the gym, I'm inconsistent, which puts you in a negative loophole that or in a negative circle that it's very hard to break through if you keep saying these things to yourself. So let me be the person who gives you this message to start your day with gratitude with what you're already having, all right? Believe me, most of us are here in Europe. There are also a few people from the United States following and other parts of the world. But most of us has such a privilege living in these countries, all right? We can wake up with a roof above our head. We can wake up, simply drink water, simply drink a coffee or tea, and you take this for granted, all right? There are a lot of people who doesn't even have this privilege, all right? So please, when you wake up, just take some time to be grateful with what you have in life, okay? Be grateful for waking up. Be grateful for the people around you who are pushing you towards your goals. Be grateful for the morning coffee you can drink or the tea you can drink, all right? Be grateful for your fridge full of food. A lot of people have to work hard to get food on the table every single day, all right? So don't be that person who is negative all the time, but just be grateful with where you're already at and see the change in your own mindset. See the change in how positive you will be looking at yourself after a while, okay? So keep this or try this for at least 1 month and you will see what kind of difference this will make in your life, okay? I see already in the chat box, I'm happy and grateful for all support of my family and friends. That's just amazing, all right? That's such a simple thing, but a lot of people tend to forget this, okay? So take some time, write down 5 things you're grateful for in the morning and see the difference, see the change. All right, good. Enough of that. Let's go straight into the price traps, into the news, and all the kind of things we have done here every single morning. Okay. So very first thing, there's a lot of things going on, or a lot of news going on this day. A lot of euro and pound news before midday, and then in the afternoon we also have some USD and pound news at the evening. Okay, so please be aware of this. We could see some impact. We could see some strange movements. So always make sure that you have the right risk management, that you put yourself risk-free, take some partials before big news events and that kind of stuff. Of course, it's 100% your own choice what you do in these charts, okay? before I go further on this is very important to know. I'm not here to say you what you need to do or have to do, okay? I'm just here to share my knowledge. I've created the last almost 7 years that I'm trading, and I just want to share that knowledge so you can use that knowledge to go on the charts yourself and find yourself some opportunities to get better, or to get you some beautiful opportunities with the trades and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a very important one. Good. Let's dive straight into the charts. We had a lot of price traps, a lot of different price traps last week. Not really the best ones. I've already said it. We had like these shaky weeks, like 1, 2, 3 weeks where we saw Trump starting a trade war, doing tariffs on China for 245% and all these kind of crazy stuff. And that's why we have seen a lot of volatility in the charts, which made the price traps extremely big. Okay. And now we are like kind of in the old way of movements. All right, the volatility is a little bit lower. We see that the structure is like we had before. We see the beautiful breakouts and retests like we love to see, or we like to react on. So right now, yeah, we are getting these charts back from before all this crazy tariff stuff and so on. Okay, but let's first talk about the price traps we had from last week, because yeah, we did have some opportunities, right? When we started our day, or when we started our morning session, this was around this time, I think. No, this is 3 a.m. That's not true. There we go, 8 a.m. in the morning, last Wednesday, right over here. This is where we started. This was basically an idea from someone who was here live on the session. He said like, yeah, I'm gonna buy on AUD USD. What do you think about this? And I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty good. You see the breakout retest, market retested beautifully. We saw some good price action, engulfing candles, wick rejections, and all this type of stuff. So the chances are very high this will follow up the movement. And that's exactly what happened, okay? So the market, if you were like, I think around this point would be a beautiful entry. If you were in there, like for example, with a 20 pip stop, market first went 50 pips in profit and then went back to break even. So it depends a little bit on what kind of risk management or what kind of risk rules you run, okay? If you say to yourself, yeah, if I'm 1 and 2 risk to rewards in profit, I go risk free. This should be a break even idea, okay? If you say like, yeah, for me, it's just a stop loss or a take profit, I don't care about break even or all these kind of stuff, then of course you had a take profit. So I just want to show you and give you the perspective that your rules in risk will also determine a lot in your trading, okay? It's very important to have these tight rules that you don't risk too much, that you don't take too much trade on one days, too much trades on one day. And yeah, that's just such an important thing. So if you got time, you should have time for that. You should put yourself behind a note block and just start writing down what kind of rules you want to follow. And most importantly, stick to it. Because a lot of people write down like, yeah, I'm going to risk 1%. But then all of a sudden, 5 hours later, they're in the charts, they see a beautiful opportunity, take a stop loss. And the next trade they think like, I need to take that stop loss back. So let me double my risk. That's the wrong mindset, because then you're emotional and you're maybe even making it worse, all right? And not maybe, I'm almost 100% sure you will make it worse, okay? So please make sure if you have rules like that, stick to it, okay? Doesn't matter what happens in the charts, stick to your rules. Okay, what have we seen after that? For the people who are here for a long time already, like, and they know how price trap work, you should have seen that the market has created what? A new high, all right? So for the people who are pretty new here on the sessions and never really followed my sessions, what I basically follow is very simple. I want to follow the trend of the market and the market creating highs and lows. And every time the market breaks highs, I'm going to search for the higher low, and that's it, okay? That's what's price trap all about. So what have we seen? The market on AUD USD created there a new high and then gave a beautiful new retest, got back to these demand zones, created some good price action, and started to take off. So I didn't give this one, but this was a beautiful opportunity, right? So for the people who took this and had the opportunity to react on this, congratulations. First of all, I see a link coming in, so I probably, yeah, of course, I knew it. We were talking about this one yesterday, right? Yeah, this is just beautiful to see, and this is also the reason why I keep doing this. A lot of people, I got a question like last week after a session, like, bro, why do you keep doing this? You don't even get paid to do these type of things. To be honest, what you just seen in the chat box, you have seen me pulling up a chart from someone who is live here on the session, someone who I know very closely. Sending me these profits, sending me these beautiful trades, this is my payment, if you get what I mean. This is what I like about giving these sessions, seeing people creating beautiful price traps and taking beautiful price traps. All right. So for example, also like someone who is not even in the community outside of it, just following the public sessions, also sent me on Easter. He was like, "Happy Easter, bro," and he's sending me charts with profits, with good trades. That's my payment. That's why I'm here. And to be honest, I'm here every single morning. If it isn't for you, it's for me, all right? Because I need to make my charts. So if I pull up a Zoom or if I just do it myself, it stays the same for me, all right? I just have to talk a little bit more, but I gotta be honest, I like talking, so that's not a big deal. Are you still in a network marketing company? Where do you teach? I'm teaching here on Zoom every single Wednesday in a public session, but I'm also teaching Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, so the whole week basically. But that's in a private part on the Discord, the Alpha Pips community, it's called. And we are indeed working together with an educational platform where you could also join in, okay? It's not, how do you say it? You don't have to, but if you want, always welcome, okay? So we can grow together, we can learn together, and create some beautiful results together. So if you want more information on that, this is for everyone. Also the people who are watching the recording, just send me a DM and I will help you further to get into the Discord. We also have a public part where you don't need to join network marketing or that kind of stuff. No, you can just be there and enjoy the value and just ask questions or share price traps, and I will be there to help you as good as possible. Good, let's move on. The next one was Euro USD. Gotta be honest here, I was impatient and I deleted this, all right? So I think it was Thursday. I was like, this is way too big of a price trap. I'm sick and tired of waiting. I just deleted it. But also, not really only that I was sick and tired of waiting, it was also because the market created a new price trap here, all right? We see some beautiful highs, beautiful lows, very simple. And then it's not really the kind of retest I love to react on, but here you saw the small breakout retest to the downside. So here, again, a good opportunity to the downside. If you have never seen this before, it's pretty simple. You have two types of retest, sorry. It's the short one who moves very fast, but we also have like these big ones. And I personally prefer these big ones because then you're mostly of the time, not gonna say every time, of course, mostly of the time you're just following the major trend of the market with these bigger retests, okay? So like I said, these big price traps, personally don't really like them. I rather have like price traps that you can see here on top. But yeah, we gotta work with what we got last week, okay? Same thing here for Euro CHF. We had a very big price trap here. Basically, these breakout retests were also perfect, like you can see. This is a beautiful example, by the way, what I just talked about. These fast retests and these big retests. This is like the fast one, and this is the big one. And this is why I like the big one, all right? Because you're following the main trends. You're following the bigger movements of the market, okay? So that's exactly why I prefer. So this is the fast retest I'm talking about. Oh, let me first put out my sound here. There we go. So this was a fast retest, and then here we had the big retest where we also see a way bigger move, okay? So that's Euro CHF. Yeah, we broke out, but to be honest, I want to delete it. I don't like the chart anymore. Same thing like Euro USD. Such a big price trap. We have so much more beautiful opportunities today in the charts than we have on Euro CHF, for example. Here another one, beautiful. NZD USD. Look at that. Come on, man. Price trap. You gotta love it. breakout, retest, beautiful. Yeah, holiday on Friday, so we had a little consolidation. But if you were patient, we had a beautiful move to the upside. And guess what? I already see the link coming in. We talked about this one also yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I talked about this one that we had the possibility to get the deeper retest to then move higher. And guess what? People from the community, once again, look at that. Whew, beautiful on the wick. I wouldn't even take it on that wick. Like, come on. Congratulations, bro. Beautiful, beautiful idea. Beautiful, beautiful trade, bro. So yeah, beautiful, like you can see, next retest. But if you were just reacting here on this one, you had like an opportunity of like 15, let's just say 20 pip stop. And like you can see, 103 was definitely possible. We almost got to the 100 pips. It's 91, 92, something like that. But yeah, a 103 risk to reward was good, okay? Or was possible here on NZD USD once again, okay? If you want to see how well this strategy is working, just go to my recordings. I say it every single week. You can watch everything back. I always post it on YouTube, and over there you can watch every single session and see every single time that these breakout retests happen again and again and again and again, right? And once you start seeing that, this gets powerful, okay? So good. Then we had USD Canadian. We were running this one. This should be a break-even idea because we almost went for 45 pips in profit, but market turned against us, so went to the break-even level, okay? We had a good breakout. We had a good retest. This was around the session, Wednesday here. No, it was even earlier. It was here. Oh, it was on the other session that I talked about, this one here. So yeah, we saw a little push, but not really what we wanted to see. We have some new structure. I will come back on that one later on the session. Good. Then we have USD CHF. Didn't really respect the breakout retest, but this is also part of trading. Not every single idea or every single chart will respect that breakout retest, of course. Okay, some will just turn against you. But that's why we always make sure we follow our risk rules, okay? If you see like NZD USD, AUD USD, these other charts that gave us opportunities, like these were two take profits. That's already, let's just say, this is just an example. We are risking 1%, and now with these two take profits, 103 risk to reward, we made 6, okay? But imagine you just also took, you only had two take profits, right? You took 3 stop losses with 1% risk. You lost 3, right? But we already made 6, so you're still 3 in profit, okay? And that's the power of risk management combined with risk to reward, of course. If your risk to reward is higher than 102, yeah, you don't even have to have 50% of your trades correct. You can even go with a 40% or something like that. If your risk to rewards go lower, I really recommend you to have a higher win weight, of course, otherwise you wouldn't be profitable, okay? So good, that's for USD CHF. I'm talking too much, let's move on. Let's see what happened here. I remember, whew, this was a good one. Oh, this is Thursday already, but Wednesday was around this price. So here we were reacting on the support zone. The day after we broke out, and then we saw that beautiful retest. Come on, man. I saw this, I was like, this is looking juicy. But of course, we wait for price action. We don't just blindly jump in, or you're working with limits with other confirmations, of course. And right over here, yeah, this was just a beauty, like around 30 pip stop. And if you see what the market did here, come on, man. Let's take profit number 3. Just say, look at that. 30 pip stop, almost 300 pip take profit. Okay, that's almost a 110 risk to reward. But of course, you gotta be patient to really hold this one and leave this one running, because we hit the 285 pips on Tuesday morning, okay? So this was a reaction on Thursday midday, Tuesday morning 300 pips. So you gotta be patient and leave the market running with, for example, a twin trade. If you're working with just a take profit 103 risk to reward, yeah, perfectly fine, okay? That's 100% how you want to be in the charts, or how you are using your risk management, okay? So good. Then we have CAD CHF. I personally don't really like this chart anymore. Same like, what was it? I think Euro CHF. It's almost exactly the same chart. I personally don't like it anymore. I think we have way more beautiful price traps for today than to focus on these ugly charts. Okay, so good. That's it. That were the price traps from last week. Now I'm gonna go through the charts and see if we have some new opportunities for today. Well, the question in the chat box, do you still trade the exact same strategy like 1 year ago because you have a new indicator, and do you still enter your trades with a FIP? Of course, we have been trading like the price traps in the past 1 year ago or longer ago, with like these FIP levels on our engulfing candles when the retest happened, of course. Well, it's not that I stepped away from certain things in the past, that this strategy doesn't work anymore. All right, it's still working pretty good, pretty strong. I've just created some other entry models, some passive ones where you can work with limits. That's what you have seen in the chat box from Christophe. Set it out to beautiful trades working with limits. Perfectly fine. Works also very strong. It's very passive also. But of course, the other ones that I've been teaching previous years still working perfectly fine, of course. All right, so it's a little bit what you prefer. Okay, I've been trading the passive way, like the limits, for a few months, but I did step back on the price action because I just love the price action way of reacting on the charts, like engulfing candles, maybe 5-minute charts, breakout retest, finding these kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it's a little bit your own decision how you want to be reacting on the price traps. Okay, so I hope that question answers, or that question is answered. Good. Let me check what we have for today. This one is gone, so I'm gonna leave it. Yesterday we did have some good and beautiful charts, but we have seen some crazy runs in the charts. Do not ask me what the economic or fundamental reason is behind that. I'm a pure technical trader, so I'm really focused on highs and lows, and that's it. This is one I can use. Still a pretty big one, but I do like this price trap. We could beautifully follow up that downtrend that the market has created. Come on. Don't do difficult. There we go. By the way, if you're from Belgium and you're watching this recording, tonight we have a beautiful meeting / event in Lokeren where you can just meet me in person and see what we are doing with the beautiful Alpha Pips community. So just send me for information and I will get you in there. I don't like it here. You see, I already have flags on my charts, but basically the ones from yesterday. This was also a beauty. This is also a breakout retest that we were looking for yesterday. So yeah, I can't make this up, right? Look at that beautiful breakout retest again. But right now, I want to leave it alone. I don't really like the structure anymore. When I came back for the sessions, we had like 2, 3, or 4 weeks crushing these charts with almost only take profits, of course, also some stop losses, but the win rate was insane. But now the last 2 weeks, I gotta be honest, it's nah. Here we got UCAT. I do like this one also. Not that it's not like, if we look at last Wednesday, like what I just reviewed with you guys all together, if you were reacting on every single trade, you have seen that we had way more profit opportunities than how much percentage can you take out of the market in a month on average? To be honest, unlimited. You can take as much percentage as you want out of the market, but that's how you prefer to approach the market or how much you want to get out of the market. All right. For me personally, the goal is 5% a week, maybe 20 a month, but I know these 5% a week is sometimes a difficult goal to hit. Okay. So you can basically just go for 2.5% a week and 10% a month. See what kind of difference this will make in your life, especially if you're going funded. All right. If you're going on a private account, yeah, the 5% a week, 20 a month, it's heavy because you have to make every single day 1%, but it's not impossible. All right. So it depends what your goals are, what you want to achieve within the markets, how much you're risking. For example, if you're risking 0.5%, getting a 1% every single day will be a hard thing. But if you're risking 1%, yeah, it's, I hope this makes sense because you can take out of the market the amount you want, all right? The income possibility on trading, and not a lot of people understand this, is unlimited. But that's also, it's nice, it's cool. It's like, wow, I can make as much money as I want in these markets, but it's also a dangerous thing because you can get greedy and you can be the person that doesn't stop trading and then really fuck up their, oh, excuse me the language, but really like mess up their whole profits that they made in the first beginning of the month, and then on the end of the month, for example, you made 10% in the first 2 weeks, but then the second 2 weeks it wasn't really the best charts, or you react a little emotional. Yeah, you can really mess up these percentages. So really think about it, make some time to be or to really write down what you want to achieve in trading, and set up a plan together with your risk management, and you will see that it will become very clear and how much percent you can get out of the markets. Good. I think I can leave it with this. I don't really like the charts today. We could, yeah, let's just this one here. Let's see if we can follow that uptrend. It's important to note that, or to see that we are at some important supply zones here. So it's very possible that the market can go down more, because like you can see, we do have this kind of price trap here. You see that? So that breakout retest to the downside is very much possible. We are still respecting uptrending structure, so this is a high risk opportunity here. I would be more comfortable breaking the support this low to sell the market, because then we are really breaking the structure, the uptrending structure. There we go. Same thing for AUD/USD. The difference with AUD/USD is that we did already attack some lows there. Okay, so you could do it like this. There we go. You could even sell the market to your entry. Like, remember this entry here? You could even sell the market all the way down. For example, here on this retest, 52 pips, that's enough. So be careful. This supply could be respected. But of course, we do have the uptrending structure, so be careful. I don't want to make it too complicated, because I just love simplicity. But I want to put these charts in there just to show you how powerful structure can be. That will be it, I think. It's the third time I'm going through this, so I don't think I'm gonna find any more. Maybe GU. Nah, I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, NZD Canadian, same thing, same thing. I'm very curious how this will end. We will see next week. We will go over that, so no worries. Go. So same thing here, right? Market is still respecting uptrending structure, okay? If you want to react on this breakout retest to the downside, you can, but know that the risk is higher because we are going against the trend, okay? If we start breaking these support zones, I would personally be more comfortable with reacting on NZD Canadian. Same thing, AD USD, same thing, NZD USD. So yeah, I think this is clear, right? If it's not clear, let me know, but should be. It's not that hard, not that difficult. Yeah, that's it. 2, 4, 6 price traps, more than enough. We don't need more, right? Only 2 or 3 take profits a week is more than enough, believe me. Especially if you're 1-on-3 trading, okay? So if you have like 2 or 3 take profits, that's between 6 and 9% on basically 1 week, okay? But that will be it. Let me close this off and let me go to these charts because we have seen some interesting things. Here we go. Let's check what we have seen here, okay? If you remember what I have been saying, I've been saying like if we can attack these supply zones, if we can create equal highs, that's why I have this arrow here, we could see the market starting to push higher again, okay? We didn't even create an equal high, we started pushing extremely high, okay? So this is a very, very bullish sign, but we gotta be careful because this could be the relief of a massive drop, okay? And this is what we have seen a lot of times. So if we go higher time frames, we are basically retesting this massive price trap that that Bitcoin has created here, okay? So we gotta be careful right now what the market is gonna do with this zone around like between 94 and 100, something like that, okay? It's not exact, but this is a zone we gotta pay attention because market could turn around here and go even lower, okay? Because we can basically follow up the weekly breakouts and retests. So we have a few scenarios that can happen. Remember, before I go through that, I wanted to maybe see a breakout retest of that 4-hour support to go to the demand zones. Even that didn't happen, okay? If you wanted to react on the buy opportunity, so if you wanted to have this massive move to the upside, you could do that by basically just waiting for the market to break that resistance zone and get back for the retest. You see? So you had the opportunity to take this one all the way up by simply focusing on highs and lows and waiting for the breakout retests. There we go. So what do I expect for the upcoming days/weeks? To be honest, I do see the market respecting the zone to get at least a retest of this one. If we see the market respecting this and going down, this will be a very important zone. If the market does not respect this, we will go pretty low, in my opinion. I think I think we could definitely attack these lows here and go to that level that I'm waiting for a pretty long time. But a lot of people have been waiting for that level, so I'm not surprised it didn't get hit. Okay, but this is why I follow it up daily. Yesterday we had this small blue candle, and I said like, "Whew, this is a pretty strong candle. So if we can close like this, I can expect the market to push higher, or do a little retracement and then push higher." And look what happened. By following up daily, you can basically see exactly where the market could potentially go, right? Potentially. I'm not a person who has a crystal ball and knows exactly what's going to happen, but by simply using technicals, by simply using highs and lows and how the market reacts to these highs and lows, you can basically know what's coming next, all right? Not saying that it's gonna happen, but you have a high chance that that will happen, okay? For Ethereum, it's different because we are still on supply zones. We didn't even break or broke any structure. Okay, we broke these highs, but in my opinion, this zone is way more important than these highs here. So if we respect this, we go way lower, but if we break through that, we could see the market starting to create some bullish pressure. It would be time, especially for Ethereum. It's not the first time we have seen a drop like that on Ethereum, right? Before the previous push, look at this massive drop. This is, of course, a bear market, so I cannot really how do I say it, compare it, but look at that. Before the real push to the all-time highs, or the next push to the all-time highs, we also saw a massive drop. I think it's like a drop of 61%. So if we now take a look at this one here, 64, so it's only a 3% difference. So let's see. This is just following up on a daily basis. At this moment, I'm still bearish on Ethereum. The only one, basically on every single altcoin. So if I go to HBAR, Hedera, if you don't know about this one, you're sleeping. For example, Uniswap, if we go to Ripple, if we go to XLM, if we go to Solana, Solana is breaking structure, so that's good. If we go to Cardano, basically not really breaking structure, still in supply zones. So it's only Bitcoin showing us some bullish pressure, and Solana. Excuse me, I didn't know that. I didn't see that. Yesterday we got the breakout. Well, that's good. That's good. So this would be the first. That's some signs here. Some signs that alts are maybe preparing themselves, but we will see. But it's basically only Bitcoin that really shows us that bull pressure. So we shall see how this will go further. Whew, look at that dominance. Bitcoin is really strong at this point. It keeps on rising. The dominance is insane, especially if we also take a look at Ethereum, Bitcoin. Oof, this one is still dropping. We aren't even breaking structure. I wouldn't be surprised, and I've said this also on our other sessions, our other morning sessions. I wouldn't be surprised to dip into this zone or even take out these lows, take out that liquidity. We have been lower, don't worry. Look at that. This could be the zone where the market could react on. But yeah, we shall see. It's too early to say that. Solana against Bitcoin also still respecting supply, so it's a waiting game. It's seeing how the alts will follow up in the upcoming days. If we see the retracement here on Bitcoin to retest these levels, and the alts can keep up strong, we could see some crazy movements when Bitcoin goes higher again. But if the market keeps on dropping, I don't really expect some big movements on the alts yet. Okay. We haven't really seen an alt season yet. Some alts really popped off. If that was the alt season for this cycle, it's a little disappointing. I gotta be honest, of course. But it's possible. We cannot only focus on what happened in the past and expect that it will happen exactly again. Okay. So you should be prepared for these kind of things also. Okay. That's why you always want to make sure to have different perspectives and different views of different people. Good. Whew, the total market cap is also, I've made this one here. We did not respect supply. We just pushed higher. So now we are breaking that structure here. Whew, this is looking good. Oh, there we go. Oh. Why isn't this working? Ah, there we go. So we are really breaking that structure. So we have the same thing here. We have, if we go to the weekly, we have such a strong zone here. And then if we go to the daily, we could see something like that happening. Lower or higher? That's the question. I don't want to draw this because this is, in my opinion, the only moves we can see the upcoming days/weeks. Or we just keep rising and go straight to that zone, or we get to retracement into these levels, demand levels, and then go higher. That's the two possibilities I see for the upcoming days/weeks. If we respect demand, of course, because otherwise we can still go lower. Don't forget that. And the alts, not breaking, not really, right? The last high that created the low is still in play. So like I said, it's only the Bitcoin chart in my opinion, or yeah, it's only the Bitcoin chart in my opinion that is really breaking that structure. So he is leading the pack. Let's see if he can pull the pack with him. That will be the big question. But good, that will be it, I think. Any more questions? Is there anything you want to see from me? If there is there anything, maybe some deeper analysis on other coins, or let me check what we have here. Daily time frame. Yeah, still at demands, right? Supplies, excuse me. This level here. Oh, this zone here. We gotta break through that to become bullish. Otherwise, if we get price action, I see this one going lower again. We gotta break through this. Solana is breaking some structure here. You see the high that made the lower low is intact. So interesting. Depends. So if we take a look at AUDUSD, for example, what did we see here? Let me take a clearer example. So for example, this one was from last week, right? We have these two highs, the market breaks through that and then comes back for the retest. The moment we hit these highs again, I get an alert on my phone and I know like, oh, market is retesting. From that point on, you have different options, of course. You can just work with fit levels and you want, for example, the 50, 61, the 72, 78 levels get hit, and that will be your trigger. You can also work with imbalances, you can work with supply and demand zones, but you can also work with price action. And if I'm talking about price action, you can or watch candlestick patterns, or you can simply go lower time frames and wait for a breakout retest on that 5-minute or 50-minute time frame. Okay, it's very shortly explained. I can go deeper in that one in the next sessions. Okay, so good. I'm gonna leave it with this for today, guys. I think I've talked enough. I get a dry mouth, so I know I talked enough. So we see each other back tomorrow morning for the people in the Discord and the community, and for the people who are watching this from the public side. We see each other back next week, and we can talk about the price stress we have trapped for today, and of course what happened with Bitcoin. We are in very interesting moments right now. Are we breaking? Are we getting bullish again? Is it possible we will get a new all-time high? Or is this just a relief from the bear move we have seen? And do we keep dropping? That's the big question. Okay. So thank you all for being here. I wish you all a very, very beautiful day. And we see each other tonight for the people who are coming to our event. And for the people from the public, we see each other next week. Thank you all. See you very soon. Ciao, ciao.